CD8 cells, recall, become cytotoxic T cells, also known as killer T cells. These T cells are involved in attacking virus-infected cells, tumor cells, and foreign cells, such as through an organ transplant. They do this by releasing chemicals. These chemicals should sound familiar to you. These are chemicals that are released by natural killer cells. The difference between the NK cells and the cytotoxic T cells is that cytotoxic T cells are specific as to the antigen that they will recognize and be activated by. In other words, you will have different types of cytotoxic T cells for every different type of virus that is out there, even viruses that you will never come in contact with. Whereas the natural killer cells are generalist. They will be involved in attacking any type of virus that is infecting a cell. So what they do with these cells that are infected, have intracellular parasites or tumor cells, what they will do is they will release those two chemicals. This is the infected cell with the virus. Here is the MHC class 1, because we're talking about CD8 or cytotoxic T cells. This cytotoxic T cell has already been activated and it's looking for its antigen. The cytotoxic T cell with its TCR binds with the MHC antigen complex. That antigen could be a viral protein that's being expressed there. As soon as this occurs and the CD8 binds to the MHC class 1, this cytotoxic T cell releases the gramzymes and the perforins. The perforins, basically, think of pores, create holes in the cell membrane of the infected cell. The gramzymes go in through the holes and cause the infected cell to undergo apoptosis. It will lyse. It's important that this happens inside the cell. The killing of the cell occurs inside the cell because this will prevent the release of viruses. A third type of T cell is what we call a regulatory or suppressor T cells. These recognize MHC class 2s. And what they're going to do is they're going to release cytokines that suppress T and B cells. In other words, they are going to stop the immune response. So once you have eliminated the antigen, you want to stop the immune response. The last type of T cell are your memory cells, and remember, they are going to stick around for in case you have subsequent infections by the same antigens, and they provide immunological memory for each antigen. Just as in B cell or humoral immunity, this will allow a subsequent immune response to occur much faster and be stronger.